Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai, you guessed it. We're back at the house, not at the range or on the water. I don't know when we're going to get on the water. We're going to get to the range here within the next, back to the range again in just probably a couple days. Be looking forward to those videos. Got some testing to do on some of our daggers, but right now I've got one more unboxing. Hopefully the final part needed to make the ultimate Glock clone PSA Dagger build, right? Which one will it go on? We got a colorful unboxing today, so let's just get right to it. I'm going to keep this short and sweet and then tell you what to be looking forward to in upcoming videos and color quits. I know, nothing's ever short and sweet. So I'm debating on if I even want to keep this barrel or not. If you guys remember, we've got our eBay barrel, and I picked up this one because I came across the deal. So do I want to put it in there? Do I want to get another build, or what do I want to do? I don't know yet. I haven't decided. So we've got a spare barrel. We've got a compensator that I'm debating on keeping. That's the Shadow Systems comp. I didn't like it on our Shadow Systems. Yeah. We should have... This may be... I was going to say the best for last, but this may be the best. So, you guys have heard me talk about this, like, over and over and over again. And here it is, and hopefully I end up liking it. That is the Ghost, Bait Finesse System. No. They're the only ones that I know of that do it this way. They move it out and up. So we're going to get that and take a look at that. Be looking forward to the video of me actually, after it's already installed, and probably wait till I actually go to the range. Some stuff can only be tested under fire, right? Anyway, let's get these all in packaged and then boxed, whatever, and then we'll talk about them all. What is in here? Oh, here is maybe the best for last. I can't believe this came in this thing. So, it is exactly what they say it is. A gold Glock Trigger. Now, you guys remember, I have talked about that probably being my favorite one. It was on eBay, like 49 bucks, their best offer. I offered him 40, probably should offer 35, but they accepted that offer. I got it, and I've talked about it before. This trigger bar, where the cruciform area is, seems different than the dagger, so I usually just use the trigger shoe, and I haven't used the other one, so I'm going to, you know what, let's open the final package and then we'll talk about all three things. This should be another part. It feels like it's in a huge piece of paper. Cardboard's in there. Let's just see what's inside. I'm trying to make sure I'm not cutting like a big sticker or something. Hang on. Don't worry, we got a knife now. We can do wonders. It's just the United States postal thing. Why did they do it like? Why'd they do it this way? Hang on. United States Postal Service inside of a purple. What you call it? This is either batteries or my. What in the world? Look at this bobbled. Newton's Forgotten Discoveries. I'm just trying to figure out where. Oh my God. Have you guys ever, they had this, and this, and this, just to ship that little extractor. I don't know what in the world's going on. So that was like $8.95. and I needed one. Hopefully that is the right one. I need to figure out which... I talked about in another video. I got to figure out which gun I've got it in. It's currently, I think it's in one of these guns. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's out here. Hang on. Hang on. We're getting ready to talk about this stuff. So let me move our forgotten discoveries and stuff out of the way. Since this is already unpackaged, we'll talk about it real quick. That if you are ordering these extractors or you're getting them coming in a, you know, the upper kit for a Glock or a Glock clone, you need to be aware that they can be different. So let me try to find. I'm going through my box of my tub of parts. Yeah, I know. This is just all the extra stuff that I accumulated over the 5 builds. There's one there. That I think that may be the bad one. I guess I didn't even need this one. I thought I did, and then I realized that I had another one laying around. But it brings up a good time to talk about it. Now this looks exactly like this one. So maybe I've still got the bad one in one of these firearms. But you have to be careful because right here where they're cut can have a different length. And you know what? That one is too. Which one did I just get? I think I just got this one, right? And I think it's cut the wrong way. I think it's the wrong way. And you guys comment, because maybe I'm thinking wrong and there's generations or just brand of slides that take different ones. What I was going to try to show you is if you look right in here. Let me get my pointer. So the distance from here, whoa, I'm trying to look through the camera. If you see that distance from there to there and here to here, so that is like a big difference. If you guys can make out what I'm talking about. So it is what regulates how far, and let me use one of these, not that one. Let me use one, maybe we can see better. Let's use this guy. So that determines how far in your extractor will go in and set. And I guess if the tolerances are wrong, because it was in originally in this one, the one that set in way further. And although I knew I would have problems with, and all these guns are cleared, by the way, and there's no ammo in any of these. If you want proof, there's your proof. But with it actually pulling the shell out of the chamber. So I did switch that. That is not the one that was cut further. So this part on that one that was in there was like this one on top. And it just let that ride in further. Now all these, I take it, are supposed to be the same because they're the style that has the little nub, you know, so kind of a loaded chamber indicator supposed to stick out and come out and be past flush. And I don't think I've had all of mine apart to see exactly what is the norm, what is the standard. Is one different? Is it, you know, certain brands of slide actually cut different or what? But so anyway, I'll have to, the only one I can think of, I know, hang on a second. Hang on 1 second. I know this is going to be a quick video, right? Nothing's ever quick. Nothing's ever quick. Yeah, here it is. I think it's this guy. So I'll switch this one out. I think if you look at how far in that one's setting, try to hold it there. Look how far that extractor is setting in compared to, say, that one, compared to, And none of these are loaded, like I said. Compared to that guy. Compared to that one. And this one still looks like it sets in far, but I'm almost positive I switched out to the one that... You know what? He definitely looks like he's setting in. Nope, he's not in as far as that one, but yeah, this one. So yeah, this is the one that has that. Let me double check it again. So I'm trying to figure out why they would be that way. So let me open this guy up. Nothing's loaded. Trying to see if you can make out in there. No, the gun's not pointing at me. It's pointing not far from my head, but off to the side of my head. And it's not loaded, as we can tell. But if you can see in there how far in that goes and up against or close to like by the firing pin, right? Let me pull this guy back. And this one is kind of, but not quite. And let's take a normal one, like there's a... And you know what? Yeah, so there's a Gen 5. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't even matter because I don't know for sure. But once I found that issue, I'm like, well, maybe I need the different one. So I do have one of each right here, and clearly this one in this firearm is like the one that's right here that's going to go in further. And since I've only ever had or am buying, it's listed as 9mm stuff. I don't know if this is for a different caliber, possibly is what the tolerance difference. It needs to go in further, or maybe I don't know. I don't know why they would. Those two are definitely different. Anyway, stay tuned for that. It may even be a non-issue. They both may actually work and function the same. I don't know for sure. Like I mentioned, the only issue I've had was with this firearm, which is a Glock 26 slide on a 19 frame, which it's not gonna. It's probably gonna have issues throughout. So let's look at the trigger real quick. You got everybody loves a trigger video, right? They get triggered. That, if you questioned it, is just my favorite overall trigger so far that I found. 2 reasons. It just works, looks good. The price was only $40. This I thought, like setting on the bench, and when I first fill it, I would thought that'd give like it feel. I didn't think I liked the skinny trigger safeties, but once you go to the range, which you've had this guy to the range, and you just are, this guy's clear. It becomes like a non-issue. It doesn't bother me. I don't really even notice it once I start shooting. So I just like that feel, and you can just add the shoe to the stock on the Palmetto stuff anyway, the daggers. And if you remember in videos, I talked about how I had to add that piece just because some of that stuck out a little further the way it pushed it up. But once I did that, awesome. My favorite trigger so far, even over the Ranger Proof. Now, if this was a $40 trigger, that would be my favorite. But the fact I couldn't get it to work the way I wanted it to on a stock PSA thing, other than putting in a Glock Performance trigger with it, and then it's like awesome. I can't say I like it over this one just because you're just going to have a lot of money tied up into something that, although can perform better than this feels awesome and gets the job done. So yeah, That is going to go in this guy. I stuck the stock one back in this stock thing. Oh God, I don't know how you guys on all these different dagger groups that I've joined on Facebook, 3 or 4, and some guys just, oh, they love that trigger. No, nothing about it. I thought I would, but it's So let's get to what I'm actually most excited about, because I already know what this is. I just wanted to get one because it's going in this guy, because he's got gold barrel. This is gold. Like, it'll just go real good. I'm almost going to end up with matching, so to speak, right? If I can get this one running reliable enough for me, just go to the range and have fun with, and then this one's so far been fully reliable. Just a, almost full-size firearm to, or close to a Glock 17 size, Glock 19 size. They look very close, kind of a little match pair. Awesome little deal. So very happy with that. And then this may end up being my favorite build of them all, just because it's just cool. Works good. So I'm going to try this out. If I like it, I'm going to need some more. But to start with, I figure I need to just get one, and then we'll go from there. So when I go to the range, man, I know my issues I have, right? I'm like, old Clint says, a man's got to know his limitations. And I know if I don't pay attention, I'm going to put my thumb right there, and that slide will not lock back on the last round. Never fails. So I know, like, okay, here, get up there, and get a good grip here. Turn your elbow out, bring that in, and then just get that thumb out of the way. But I just tend to end up there. So this should either fix that or help with it. So that's going to go right there. Takes away that space. Plus, it gives me something sticking out. You see how flush those set? Gives me something sticking out enough that I can then reach up. Because I feel here, that is so almost to the point of being sharp. If you try to drop your slide with it, like, I don't like that feel. It feels like something that's ready to cut my thumb. That's just what it feels like. So that, I'm hoping it's made out of at least as good a material as what this stuff is, and then it lasts for under basically $20 by the time ship, $18.99, 20, $21, whatever they are, shipped to you. Hopefully that'll fix my problem. If it does, order however many more I need, be a done deal. If that one seems to keep, giving me kind of issue, then I may go ahead and try out the Kagworks one. But I'm hoping that one fixes it. So stay tuned. If you haven't watched already, I went out and to the range, shot some different stuff. You don't see some firearms here because I'm probably traded or will have traded them in for something different. There's going to be some new stuff coming to the channel, so stay tuned for that. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to keep it under a 20-minute video. If you have any questions about anything you see me open, or if you know any answers to what's up with the extractors there, or you want to comment what your favorite trigger is, and I know there's a bunch, like, oh my God, there's so many triggers out there. This is a Tyrant Designs. I'll have to give them their props. This is a copy. It's not their trigger. This is evidently, I don't think it's their trigger. If it is, somebody got a bunch of them and they're selling them cheaper than they sell them for like, you can get them, like I said, I offered 40 and they accepted. Tyrant Designs are either 69 or 79, 74, something there on eBay too. Look the same to me. I don't know if that is the same trigger or not, because I've never actually handled one of theirs. I'm trying to look at this thing. It comes with, I'm trying to look, there's no settings on this trigger, but it came with, where did it go? It came with an Allen wrench, but I think that's just to disassemble, you know, switch the trigger bar out, or if you need to take it apart for whatever, you know, to take it apart. There's no kind of adjustment. If you remember the Lone Wolf, when I have the red one, it does have adjustment. The Timney Alpha has some adjustment. But this one, if you want to adjust it, you have to do it back in the trigger housing. There's ways to adjust through that way. But anyway, this one, just the fact it's made this thick, it's sort of like the Apex trigger. It's made thick enough so your, if you guys remember, this one was cleared already. So when you got a little bit of take up, right? You've cleared the safeties right there. You clear the safety. So very little take up, bam, and then the trigger itself, the shoe stops. That's what, you know, is doing away with, because on a normal Glock, as you, like when you go to reset this, it'll still, the trigger, although it pulled there, it'll still go on back to however far the, usually the shoe lets it go. That's what the stock, well, I'll show you. Anyway, then the reset, like that's just awesome. And there's one little trick Johnny Glock's taught us all, if we were paying attention. But so like on the stock one, I'll show you this thing. Like it'll work, but like just doing that feels kind of weird. So on the stock, this trigger is horrible because I just threw it together knowing this one was coming. I haven't switched it yet, and I got something like catching. But same kind of thing. You got a take up. And then this one, it takes place all the way at the back. So these triggers, I've said it before, but you're doing away, it's not really the trigger shoe, it's just the internals are working. It's just the fact that these aren't truly I guess they're technically drop safe. They're not snag safe. I feel you could, I just don't think they're as safe as ones that has the trigger safety up in the center. It just feels like everything takes place too far back for me, and that's why I like these thicker, wider ones. So be looking forward to, and you guys comment if you want me to make a video. I think I'm going to make a video on just my take on what, like, must-have upgrades on a Dagger. You know, go a little more in depth, but like, in my opinion, for safety reasons, trigger be first, and then just for not really cosmetic, but for I guess you could say functionality and ergonomics and stuff. But then your mag release, and which is I feel is almost a must. But really, even more so than that is probably this guy, and it just took me a while to track down which one I wanted. On your slide stop, slide release. So is it just those three things? Is that all a Dagger's lacking? Is it lacking anything? Can you just go get those cheap ones like our 250, $300 and just be happy? Well, not me, but you possibly can, because they do function. Everything about them, I've never had an issue like something just doesn't work. It does work. But if you guys would like to see that video on, well, this is only actual true, and it's not really a true Dagger. Lower and upper, but the barrel and, you know, the trigger and stuff's already been changed. But, you know, on my opinion, the top, you know, few things that you definitely need. Do you need a mag well? Yes. Yes, you do. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Get out, go bass bonsai. I'll see you later. I'll talk to you later. How about that?